Joining us now from Kottayam is Mr. J Alphons, Minister of State for Tourism with independent charge. Mr. Alphons, thank you so much for joining us. We do want to talk a little bit about the situation in Kerala, of course, also, and how it's recovering. But before that, sir, if we could just ask you, cleaning up India's tourism spots, cleaning up these iconic locations, is that something the government is still really keen to push ahead with?
As Minister for Tourism, I'm so happy that NDTV is organizing this Swachh Bharat campaign. And for me, as far as tourism is concerned, the biggest driver, the most essential infrastructure required for tourism really is cleanliness. And therefore, I'm so happy that the Honorable Prime Minister launched this program. This is one of the biggest revolutions that's ever happened in the history of the world. 90 million toilets constructed over 4 years. And most of the villages now declared defecation free. I think this is just a very foundation for our tourism industry to flourish, because this is the biggest thing that has ever happened, and I'm so happy that this campaign is succeeding so well. Today, every child is so conscious. He doesn't even throw a chocolate wrapper on the road because he's so conscious that he has to be part of the Prime Minister's campaign and keep India clean. So this has created such massive awareness, it has produced such dramatic results, and I'm extremely happy that we need to go ahead. Every citizen has to continuously join this campaign, keep on going, because this is going to be a day-to-day affair, not once for all, where we all get together and say our primary concern is to keep the country clean.
Mr. Alphons, thank you very much for that. Yes, I totally agree with you. And also, we'd like to congratulate you and all the people of Kerala for how you've inspired us in the way you've got together and responded to a terrible natural calamity without politicizing it. We saw both parties going together, the leaders of both parties going together to each area. It wasn't exclusive, it was a very inclusive movement. Many congratulations. And what is the current situation in Kerala in terms of health? Because these kind of devastations cause lack of cleanliness, and that leads to health problems. What is the current situation in Kerala?
Prannoy, actually, Kerala faced the biggest devastation in its history. 13 districts out of 14 were completely underwater. We had 1.3 million people now, relief camps, and about 300,000 houses underwater. Now, the spirit with which Kerala people came together, I never seen something like this anywhere in the world. School children, college children, everybody was out there helping out. I think this is such a demonstration of India being one. And then, of course, once the water went down, we had these thousands of volunteers going from village to village, cleaning up silt, which was about 3 feet in each of these houses, cleaning up the place. So Kerala is back on its feet in some way. But let me tell you, the entire livelihood of millions of people have been lost. To get that livelihood back is extremely difficult. But tourism has bounced back. On the 27th of last month, just about a week back, we had the biggest Kerala tourism mart ever in the history of the country. Of course, Kerala Tourism Mart is a pioneer. It's the biggest tourism mart in India. But we had about 1,500 delegates, and every tourist destination is open, is back on its feet. Of course, we need all the Indians and, of course, people from across the world to support us very strongly by visiting Kerala, staying overnight, and filling up our rooms, using our taxis and our auto rickshaws, and, of course, buying things from our souvenir shops, so that Kerala really, the livelihood can be put back on its feet. But it's going to take a long time really to create livelihood for all these people who have lost everything.
Mr. Alphons, this is Amitabh Bachchan. First of all, must give you a lot of credit and the people of Kerala for handling this terrible situation that happened in the state. I know that the kind of appeal for help that went out from Kerala after watching some of the visuals that we did, there was a lot of incentive amongst people who personally came out, donated money, donated clothing and other kinds of stuff to help the people. But really, that was at the time when the devastation was taking place. Now, as you all know, it's always after the devastation has happened that the maximum care needs to be taken. And that care needs to be taken in the form of the spread of disease, how to control it, clean up the area. And I would urge people through your medium and through ours, if possible, that the work that is needed to be done in Kerala is not over yet. I think that we need to pay attention to the aftermath of this devastation. And whatever kind of requirements or appeals that you feel as the minister that can go out to the rest of the country and provide some kind of incentive for people to, help out in this region. We'd be more than happy to do that.
Thank you, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. It's very kind of you. I think Kerala needs so much support in terms of putting livelihood back into people, and in terms of tourism. I think if very simple thing they could do, people can afford, of course, send fat, big checks to Kerala, to the Chief Minister's Relief Fund. Number two, the best thing they can do, everybody can do, is come visit Kerala, spend some time here, support us. I think that is one of the biggest things they can do.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us. One last comment. Do you think that pushing the tourism agenda and cleaning up tourist spots, is there anything further that you are keeping in mind on that?
Most of the tourism spots have been cleaned up and all the destinations have been opened. All the resorts are back into action. The tourism industry is back on its feet. So all that we require now is, you see, once in the Kurinji flower, which flowers once in 12 years, it's in full bloom in Munnar area. Munnar can take in plenty of visitors. So the best thing they can do is now come and see the Kurinji flower, which flowers once in 2 weeks. It's amazing sight in Munnar. So I expect, of course, people in millions to come and visit India, and especially Munnar. Support us by being here and being with us and staying with us. Use our taxis and shop with us. And I think these are some of the important things.